Hey everybody, it's JT from VapeStarsNetwork.com. I'm reviewing a beast today. Seriously, it's a beast. Psyclone Mods variable voltage box device is what I'm reviewing today. This is a 120 watt box. That's a lot of power. I'm gonna have a vape or two and we'll just do this thing. We'll get right into it. Woo! Seriously. Those are some short little hits with a whole lot of vapor. Man, what am I vaping on? I've got the Tugboat rebuildable atomizer, a drip tip insulator to keep my drip tip a little cooler, and a wide bore drip tip. Tugboat is a dual coil build at 0.35 ohms. Really good for a box mod like this. That's kind of my sweet spot. 0.3, 0.35. That's where I like to hang out. I told you it was a beast. I wasn't lying, it's a beast. So, what is the Psyclone Mods box? Well, let's just go. Let's just pick it up. Metal box, very well built, very sturdy device. Size comparison, there's a standard, this is the Rygen by VHO, a single 18650 mechanical mod. And there's the Psyclone box, so a little bit taller than maybe some of the 18650 tube mods, about a little bit wider that way, Anyway, there's your little size comparison. But, so you've got a nice switch, right? Right here on the side, makes perfect sense, good firing position. Right underneath it, you've got a dial. The modders call it a pot or a pentometer or a parallelogram. Nah, it's a dial. That's what I call it. This dial is a little different than I was used to on something like the Hexome or the Double D box that I've reviewed. This one has a dial that goes from 0 to 100. And what that is 0% to 100% power. Okay, it's 3.3 volts to 6 volts, right? The percentage markings, 0 to 100, I actually like that a lot. We'll talk about knowing what voltage it's firing at in a little while, but in real time, in my day-to-day vaping, that makes sense. Half power, full power, no power, quarter power, three-quarter power, all kind of power. That makes sense. 0 to 100. I can get my brain around that very easily. This device has, out of everything that I've tried, the best 510 connection on the market, in my opinion, and that's the Fat Daddy 510. Beautiful. Love this connection. I have it on one of my other devices and just couldn't be happier. So props for the Fat Daddy 510. Every atomizer I have makes good connection, looks good, sits flush. Thumbs up. So we talk bad booty logo. I really like his logo there. It feels like however it's on, whether it is screen printed, I'm not sure, and I apologize for not having that information, but it does not feel like it's going to come off easily at all. Well done on the logo. So we flip it over and you've got a faceplate, all right? Magnetic faceplate, no screws. You can pop this thing off very easily. So that's just a faceplate. We'll set this aside after it picks up your keys and everything like that, and it will. So let's look inside. Dual 18650 batteries powers this beast of a puppy. And they are clearly marked which is helpful, clearly marked how to put the batteries in. Okay, there are big red dots. Oh, it's backwards. Hey, positive goes this way, and hey, positive goes this way. No confusion. Thumbs up there. You've got a very clean build inside. Everything is wrapped with shrink wrap. Very safe. No exposed connections. And I do believe this is one of his earlier devices. So he has kind of progressed as he's gone. So I like it. Good clean build. Now let me throw these batteries back in, because what he has done is also added an LED, I guess, screen inside and a switch. Very nice. What you can do is you're going to be able to flip the switch down and test how much voltage is in your batteries. So 8.1, good. Now that's two 18650s. Keep that in mind. So that's about 4.5 volts per battery. So we're good. Now flip it up and hit the fire button, and that's going to tell you what voltage is going to your atomizer. This is turned all the way up. Let me be sure. And it's showing 5.99 volts going to my atomizer. Killer. Good feature. Big fan. So, you want to know specifically? Well, I get I'm at 80%, but if just vaping in real time and just finding your comfortable vape doesn't work, you can easily pop the faceplate off, flip the switch, and find out exactly what you're vaping at. I like it. Yeah, in the middle, the toggle switch in the middle position, and the screen doesn't show anything. Kind of conserves a little battery power, so that's nice. Good clean build, good solid mod. And man, 120 watts is a lot of power. Personally, when I vape with a mechanical mod and a rebuildable atomizer, my all-day vape is about 0.5 ohms. A dual coil at 0.5. With a good battery and a good mechanical mod, I feel safe vaping there. I'm satisfied all day long. You can go pretty low, and in the specs, Mac Vapor does say this can go to a 0.19 ohm build. Okay, it will fire that. Optimally, 0.3 is what he suggests. And so, 0.35 is exactly what I've built the tugboat atomizer to today. And it's so angry. Oh, it's so angry. So 0.3, personally, and if you know me, you know I'm kind of paranoid. I'm all about safety. I don't want anyone to get hurt ever. When I'm vaping much under 0.5, 0.3, and I really never vape below 0.3, but when I start, if I ever do get any lower than 0.5, I feel much safer vaping on a regulated device like the Psyclone, like some of the other Double D, the Hexome. I feel far safer knowing that there are wires and computer chips that are going to fail before my face fails, right? Again, that's just me. You might look at it different, but it makes me feel good to know there's a couple things that are going to fail before that battery vents, in my opinion. That's just me. That's the way I look at it. Mac Vapor is the modder's name on Facebook. He's got a Facebook group, Psyclone Mods. The link is above this video. And always available, very interactive with the group. If anybody has questions or needs information or anything like that, he's a very active modder, right? So always very active on Facebook, easy to get a hold of. So if you've got questions that aren't answered in the specs that I listed above, go join the group and just ask him. There's a lot of other members that own these devices in that group as well that can help you out. And of course, Mac's always there to answer questions. And that's nice to be able to get a device from someone who is available. You know, it's tough sometimes to get something and you have a question and you have to send an email and wait a week or two for him to respond. But he's got a Facebook group he's very active in, so that's a nice thing. So what kind of vapor could benefit from grabbing a Psyclone Mods box? They are about 240 bucks, brand new from the modder, from Mac Vapor and Psyclone Mods himself. So 240. So you got to do the vape budget. You got to decide if that's in your budget. That's something you want to do. Now, this gives you an incredible range of voltage, a lot of flexibility from 3.3 volts all the way up to 6, and you can really run any type of atomizer, any kind of build for the most part that you want, from a Pro Tank type atomizer to a rebuildable dripping atomizer to a K-Fun style. You can turn that voltage to where your sweet spot is and vape and have some really great battery life, especially if you're not running full bore, full power. So really, it could fit anybody's vaping style, in my opinion. You got to decide your budget first. You've got to decide if this is something you like. Aesthetically, do you like the box style? But the big thing is, do you want to have the ability to vape at 120 watts? Do you want to have the ability to put out massive amounts of vapor? And if that's your goal, you need to be the first one of your little group of friends that get together and blow clouds. Whoever's the first one to have one of these is going to kind of smash the cloud competition you're in. Cloud chasing isn't really my goal. That's not really my thing. I vape all the time, and sometimes I'll turn the voltage, turn it up, and blow out some clouds. But for the most part, that's not my goal day to day. That's not what I do. But for the people that want to chase clouds or produce amazing amounts of vapor, I think this is a great option. I feel a lot safer with people vaping at low resistances on a device like this. Again, some people won't agree with that, but I would like to see it from a regulated device that's got a couple things that will fail if you're pushing higher wattages and things like that. So that's what I think. If you're all about the massive vapor, this is it. This is 100% for you. Even if you're not, this is still a good everyday vape, all day vape type of device that's going to give you some good battery life, a good build. So that's what I think. That's who would really benefit from this. The Psyclone Mod, I really like it. I got to give it back today or tomorrow, so I'm getting all the vaping in I can while I have it. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna do a little vaping, blow some clouds on the Psyclone box. I'm gonna vape a little bit at half power, at about 50% on the dial, and then I'm gonna vape a little bit at 100%, full 6 volts. I am running a 0.35 ohm dual coil build on the Tugboat rebuildable atomizer. I highly suggest larger air holes to cool some of this vapor off, and a wide bore drip tip if you have one for this style of vaping maybe. But there's a couple at 50%. All right. 100%. Just to let you know, I don't vape on 0 milligram juice, but I'm vaping at 0 for you folks to show the full range of the Psyclone box. 0.35, 100% power on the Psyclone. Let go. It's a beast, man. You better have some extra juice laying around. But you're gonna get some great thick vapor. I guarantee it. Real quick, I just wanted to mention one other, I don't know, byproduct, hidden feature of vaping at wattages this high. I think I mentioned I vape at 6 milligrams, sometimes 3 milligram juice. But vaping at a 0.35 ohm coil on the Psyclone box at 100%, at about 120 watts or 100 watts, even 3 milligram is too much. So there's kind of a hidden thing here. If you are trying to lower your nicotine intake, right, this might be a way to get over the hump. If you're vaping at 6 milligram and you're trying to get down to 3, this might be what you need to kind of put you over the hump. This device, with the power it puts out, produces a warm vape, very satisfying. During this video, I've been vaping on 0 milligram nicotine, and I'm satisfied. And in other instances, I'm not satisfied by 0. So just a thought, it could be a tool to help you lower your nicotine. You know, if you're vaping at a 3 and you want to get to a 0, just an idea. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Vape safe. I love you all. See you next time.